Okay, so now we're doing a pastry dough for my multiple things. I'm going to make a pie most likely, and the pizza rustica or the meat pie or the Easter pie, whatever you want to call it. So I need to make dough for it. Typically people use like a pizza dough for that, but I like using a bit of a pastry dough. So anyway, we got 4 sticks of butter, 2 sticks of cream cheese. I'm just gonna to combine these in the food. Actually, the recipe says to do it in a food processor, but I don't really have one at the moment, so I'm just gonna combine this in the mixer. There we go. Just have this sort of cool to room temperature-ish. Sort of cooler than room temperature, but not like ice cold where you can't combine this stuff. I'm just gonna cube this out. Now the cream cheese is a little bit soft. That's okay. I know what you're thinking. That's a lot of effing butter and cream cheese, plus the amount of flour I have there and salt measured out. Just saves time doing this in advance, so we don't have a 9-hour video of you watching me measure out stuff. Unless I'm measuring it out for a certain way for a reason, then I would record it and be like, "You're doing it wrong. This is how you do it." But no such thing today. This is a cool. All right, so we're going to combine that first. I'm thinking that it is going to be a dough, so I was going to hold on. Sorry for the shaky cam. Clean my hands off. Get that knife later. Okay, so this is going to be a dough, so I'm going to use a dough hook ultimately, but I feel like for combining the butter and cream cheese, the paddle will be easier. So we'll start with the, I don't want to dirty this though. Let me see. Nah. Will this work? We just do it by hand real quick. I don't know. This ain't gonna combine very easily with the dough hook. Really needs to be. Yeah, no, we'll use the paddle. There's no getting around it. Paddle time. We will get to the dough hook though. We're gonna need that for the dough part. Perfect. All right. Let's get crack-a-lackin'. Where am I? Just gonna whip it up. Like making buttercream. That was quick. I'm gonna need this heavy cream here. This goes in next. That whipped up pretty nicely. Scrape down the sides. There we go. That combined nicely. Okay. Just clean the paddle off a little bit. Okay. Good. Good enough. We will use the paddle again right now with the heavy cream. Going to add this in and beat it to combine. Butter. Do it nice and slow at first. incorporate. Alright, this seems to have combined nicely. Guess what I'll do is I'll see how far I get with the paddle attachment. And then we'll see if we need to go to the dough hook. I have 2 teaspoons of kosher salt. It's got to go in and get mixed. Let's just turn it on. Okay. And then all this flour's got to go in there. This should be fun. Let's see. Go a little at a time. Yummy. Alright, I'm thinking onto the dough hook. Yeah, it's struggling. Let's knock it off. Okay. Before it seizes on itself. Alright. So what we'll do is we'll clean this off real quick. We're now at a consistency in which the dough hook will work better. In a food processor, you just pulse it until it all combines. It's pretty quick, but as I said, don't have that, so we're doing this the difficult way. No, I guess the difficult way would be doing this by hand. But anyway, so we're gonna, once this is done incorporating, we're gonna roll it out and like portion it, wrap it in plastic, and then basically put it in the fridge to set up. And then you roll it out like a pastry dough to do whatever you need to do with. Basically, I'm making pie shells. Well, there's going to be the shell of a pie, a couple of pies actually. That's why I'm making so much. This recipe is 4 times what one single pie recipe would be. So we divide everything by 4. So it's so it would be 1 stick of butter, half a stick of cream cheese. It would be a 1/4 cup of heavy cream, you get half a teaspoon of salt, and then a cup and a half plus 2 tablespoons of flour, which is how much is in there. That's 6 plus a half cup, because it's times 4. Anyway, that would make 1 single pie dough, but I need multiple. Plus I like it a little on the thicker side anyway, the dough. Go! Alright, let's start in with the dough hook. Right, oops, sorry. Now I'm just gonna, you know what? Oops, add the flour here. We'll mix this slowly. Make life easier. Nice and easy. Mix it in there. Let's see what happens. See if I kill my machine right now. Power of 1, go! This should start incorporating. Yeah, it's getting there. little messy, but it's going. There we go. Done with this. Like that. Turn up the bottom. Dough. Yummy. All right. Put that down. See what we got at the bottom here. At some point I gotta get my hands inside of here, but I'm not there yet. Yeah, this is looking good. Just want to scrape the sides down. I'll just need a couple more minutes or 30 more seconds in the machine, and then I'll have a nice pastry crust. I'll finish it off with my hands. Yeah, roll off the sides now. Okay, boom. Done. There we go. I think we've reached the limits of what this machine will do. Safely, anyway, without damaging it. Alright. Remove the dough hook. Done with that. I'm gonna set this aside a little bit. Pretty much done with this too. Yeah, good. Yeah, that's the end of that. We're gonna turn this out. Plastic wrap's ripped, that's okay. Before we turn it out, I'm just gonna there we go. Yeah, this feels right now. Just get to the bottom, unhook everything on that side. There we go. Yeah, nice and soft. All the flour will eventually absorb. Beautiful. Should be one nice homogeneous piece. Okay. Thank you, Noble. Okay. This flour for dusting. I don't think we're gonna need that right now, but might as well open this before I get my hands filthy. Well, filthy is the wrong word, but full of dough. Before I get my hands full of dough. There we go. Okay. plastic wrap totally covered up. Okay. Got a little damage of the containers on it. Okay. So what we're gonna do is, there we go. I'm happy with this. I'm just gonna put this into, I'm gonna need a big piece for the bottom of one of the pizza Rusticas. So I'm gonna go like that. Yeah, it's gonna be plenty thick. Cover the pan. It's all gonna get wrapped in plastic. Made another one similar to that size for the other one. If you don't portion this right out the first time, it doesn't matter because you can literally just combine it with excess later. There you go. There's another one. Tops are gonna be a little thinner, but that's okay. Small. Okay. I don't like plastic wrap ripping, but that's okay. Two. Now we got another topper. 3. Another big one. That one's very big, actually. Oops. Yeah, just work the dough. Four. Alright. So I have basically the bottoms for 3 pies and the tops for 3 pies, essentially. I could get crazy and weigh this out, but really it's just it's a matter of how thick you want it, and you're gonna have excess, fine. Alright, this all has to go in the fridge now and set up. So no flour required, which is good. I'll be back with the pie filling and everything, and then we will continue along with the rest of the video. See you soon. Okay, so ingredients for Easter pie. It's a little disheveled right now. This is gonna be really truncated because it takes a lot of chopping and shit. Like I already cracked 12 eggs. We're gonna need that. We have hot and sweet sopressade. We have provolone cheese. We have sweet dried sausage. We have prosciutto. We have basket cheese, Romano cheese, half a cup. 4 pounds of fresh ricotta. The Calabria brand's pretty good. Fresh ricotta comes in a can and a tin with holes, and the liquid leaks out, so it's good stuff. And then we add fresh mozzarella, which is from the Calabria pork, so which is where all this came from. Oh god, it's like heaven. And this is not going in the recipe, this is just for me to have the best marinated mozzarella ball you're ever gonna eat. So, oh my god. I can't. Alright, so let's open this stuff up. I'll show you what it all looks like, and then I'll cut it up and mix it all in that bowl. It's gonna go in the pie shell, in the pie pans. These spring forms are easy. I'm gonna probably get these 2 out of this whole thing, 2 pies. And the leftover I'll make a narrow and the 10-inch. You'll see. Okay. I had them peel it for me, the skin off the sausages, off the sopressade. It just makes life easier. So it's peeled and ready to go. This is sweet sopressade. This is spicy hot sopressade. As you can tell, it's red from the hot in it. We're gonna probably use, so it's a pound of sopressade, sweet, a half a pound of the hot, a half a pound of the sweet sausage. Well, this is just a little more than a pound, so I'll just use this whole stick. There's a difference between sopressade and sausage. I don't know what it is, but there's a difference. These are thinner. Then we got where are we? My chunk of prosciutto. We need about a half pound of prosciutto. Where are we at on this? This chunk is, I'll use the whole thing. So once I trim away a little bit of the fat. This is imported prosciutto, not the crappy stuff. Oh, yes. See that nice chunk right there? Dice it into pieces. Oh, God. I cannot wait to just pick this apart like that real quick for sampling. You can't beat it. And then we got real provolone. They gave me a pound. I only need half a pound. So we're gonna see what we got here. Real imported provolone cheese. Oh, it smells so good. Yes, this is the good stuff. Well, I'm gonna use half of this, only half a pound. And I'm gonna basically so half a cup of Romano cheese, and then one basket cheese. This is the traditional cheese put into a Easter pie, pizza rustica. It's basically, I don't know how to describe it other than that it's literally like cheese in a basket. It's very mild, but it goes in the recipe. You'll see. So I'm gonna come back when this is all diced into pieces into the bowl. It's gonna be a little while, so unless you want to see about an hour's worth of tedious chopping, I'll be back in a bit. Okay, so we cut everything up. It was like 2 hours later. We got all the supersad, the sausage, the provolone, the prosciutto, the basket cheese, which is right there, the ricotta. It's all in this bowl. We're just gonna mix this all together. This is this filling. Tough going at first, but eventually it all mixes in. Just gonna turn it and mix, and then at the very end we add the Romano cheese and the eggs. We do the eggs very last. You gotta taste it just to make sure seasoning wise. You're not adding any salt to this, but I will add a little bit of touch of black pepper. Nothing crazy because it's literally all seasoning with the sausages. So you don't want to go adding extra seasoning to this, especially salt. Do not add salt to this under any circumstances. Plenty of salt here. Just want to incorporate all the meat and cheese evenly as much as possible. Alright. Woman, can I get the black pepper, please? Thank you. Woman's got the black pepper. Of course, when you buy all this stuff to have for your pie, you buy extra so you can eat some of it, which we did. So good. If you ever get to New York, people, the Bronx specifically, go to Arthur Avenue. Go to the Calabria Pork Store. Calabria Pork Store. And you will just literally fall on the floor if you've never been there before. It's just amazing. You can't see the ceiling when you walk in because it's just covered with hanging meat. The soppressad and sausage are hanging from the ceiling, drying. It's just the best thing ever, if you're into that sort of thing. Which, if you're not, why are you watching this video? Weirdo. So, anyway, I'm just gonna mix and mix and mix. This seems incorporated. Gonna throw in my Romano. I packed that pretty tight. Let's just break that up a little. Oh, Romano. Pecorino Romano. The real stuff, not crappy stuff. Get real Romano cheese. Oh, my knife. God, that sucked. Okay. Then we just mix, mix, mix. It's difficult to mix. It's just all meat held together with a touch of ricotta. Yeah, it's like $100 in this bowl right here. Just FYI, in case anyone's wondering, price-wise. It's a very expensive dish, but Easter time, I make it every year. It's so good. All right, so that seems pretty well incorporated, I think. Yeah, I think we're good. Okay, now for the test. Yep. Oh. It's a meat pie. Alright, I'm gonna add the eggs, mix together, gonna roll the dough, and put it all together. Be back in a little bit. Alright, pie time. So I have a 7-inch, an 8-inch, and a 10-inch. That's gonna easily fill this oven in 8, and then we're gonna have leftover for that. And I have our pie crust that we made earlier, pie dough, pastry dough, whatever you want to call it. So we're gonna. I should have taken this out of the fridge. It's gonna be hard going, tough going in the beginning. Let me get a paper towel I'm gonna need at some point. So what you do is take this out of the plastic wrap. Leave that right there. Now you know what? Leave this. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Flour it down. Oh, clean your counter. No plastic this time, folks. I actually need the counter. Flour your Follow the dough, flour it well. Good, and help it slide. There we go. And we just work it out. As I said, this is gonna go really tough in the beginning, but once it starts thinning out, it'll be fine. And we're just gonna sort of roll it out to as thick as I want it. I left a lot of extra dough here that I'm gonna need most likely. This way, just to make sure that it's thick enough, because in the years past I've just made a small recipe of dough and then it was just a little too thin. Like, this is a pretty hefty pie, so it needs like good support. So we're just gonna roll it out, roll it out. All right, all right, all right. There we go. Even like other people, I guess, like we were like siding with me. That's like no, what the person is right. And then like the person could always just pinch together. They commented back to go apart or something. So I think that was their way to like apologize. But they said welcome to the internet. And there we go. There we go. There we go. This should be big enough for the Alright, this should be good. We need to go a little bigger in a little bit of the spots. What I'm going to need, which is going to be convenient, is my trusty pizza cutter. I could add dough to places where I need it. Let's go and a little more flour. Oh, so you don't have to grease these. This ain't going to stick to anything. This is all made of butter and cream cheese. This will be fine. There we go. Flip it over. This is pretty thick on the end here. I'm just gonna get one of those, and then one of these, and we'll tighten it out. There it is. There's our shape. Okay. Good. We'll take our big pan. Come on. This will stick right together. Put our pan right in the middle. Pour it right over the top. Now what I do is I just sort of lift it in, like so. Sort of just gently wedge it into the corner of the bottom of the pan, but try not to break the dough. Just sort of let it rest itself in and flatten itself out. That's your goal. Let the excess hang off the top. Here we go. Here we go. Beautiful. All right. Yeah, we're looking great here. All right, so we'll smooth out the side. Use your finger. Don't use your fingernail because you'll pierce it. Use the back of your finger to just wedge it into the corner. Like you lift from the top, so let it falls in. There we go. There we go. And it does stretch to a degree. Gotta be a little OCD about this to get this in and on properly. There we go. Beautiful. Press it in the sides. It's gonna crimp a little. That's okay. As long as it's flat and there's no air behind it, you're good. There we go. Okay, good. I'm happy with all this. And there's our pie. Let's go with our finger. Pack that into the corner. Like a pizza. There we go. Awesome. Okay, there's one. Leave the excess over the top because then we're going to use that to crimp the top part to it. So we got a good amount of it left, but we'll save that for the pies after this. I'm gonna repeat this process for this one. You don't need to watch me do that again, so I'll just be back in a bit when it's time to fill them. I'm gonna do that for here and probably for the big pan. Alright, be back in a bit. Okay, so we filled our 8-inch and 7-inch. We still have some left over. I'm gonna fill the 10-inch with that. It'll be a little bit flat. Anyway, you take your dough, a little bit of water, and just give it a little dab of water right here, just to make it a little moist. Nothing crazy, just gotta get a little moisture on there. Make the top stick a little easier. I rolled out the top one. We're gonna place that on top, nice and easy. Try to get in the middle. Great. And then all we're doing, lift the underside, I'll do it from the front. Lift the bottom and top and just sort of crimp it. I like to crimp it between my fingers, like pull it away and crimp it here, and then afterwards we'll trim it. Try to crimp this closed. We'll make it nice and decorative after. There we go. Crimp that close. Also, key is keeping it clean. Don't get any of the regatta mixture on it. It'll make it harder to seal. And then I like to seal it out. Seal it out, seal it out. Then we're going to fold this in a second. I'm going to take my knife. Alright. So now we know where the excess, how much excess we have here. Gonna pop it down like this. Okay, good. We're gonna take my nice peeling knife. Try to come a little away. Just give it a little trim. Don't throw this away. I'm gonna use this. Just roll it back into a ball. You can put it in the fridge and roll it out for another dough. Just gonna, yeah, good. Come this way. A little bit of a pain, but try not to cut yourself. There we go. There we go. So we just do this. Beautiful. Take your excess, put it right there. Again, we're going to use that, big another ball with it to roll out. There we go. Good. So now we have the little excess here. What I like to do is sort of fold it in. So I'm going to do it this way. Fold it in. And actually, before I do that, I'm going to take a little bit of water, wet the top of this. Like that. You just want to get it tacky. There we go. There we go. Okay, so now you're just going to sort of pinch and roll it. You want to try to keep this sealed well. Don't want it opening. Not that it really matters, because once it starts setting, I mean, it will bubble out, it's going to expand, but it's okay. I'm trying to keep it as neat as possible. Beautiful. Alright, now we're looking good. So I like to just roll it in. There we go. This will definitely open up a little bit during cooking. Like it'll unfold a little bit, but it's okay. There we go. Fold it under, roll it under, roll it under. Yes. That's looking beautiful. Freaking great. Okay. Now, what you can do, push in with your thumbs to along the side, basically making a little dome shape on the top. All right. If you're crazy about fancying this up, you can like do that on the whole thing. Put little, make your lines. You could also use a fork. I'm just happen to be holding a knife right now, so that's it. And okay, got a little design on the outside. And then what you have to do, very important, is you have to vent it. So you can do, I need to put a couple of slits on the top just to vent it out. So I'll just do a little, like a little, pop right through right there, pop right through here. Make sure you're through. There we go. Yep, good. Then do a little right there. Boom. And this. Vented nicely. Then we can do a little small one here. Small one here. Small one here. Small one there. Boom. And then pop a hole in the middle. Boom. We're going to egg wash this before we put it in the oven. We'll get back to that. I got to close this one up too. So we'll be back in a minute. Alright. Pies are done. This is the leftover. It's more like a tart, thin, leftover dough. So here's what we're going to do. Oven's at 350. Take your egg wash, one beaten egg. Brush and just sort of liberally brush that on. You want to give it nice color. Now, we're putting this on before it goes in the oven. This may result in it getting dark too quickly on top. If that is the case, because everyone's oven is different, cover it with tin foil, just to prevent it from browning any further. But put the egg wash all over the dough. Try not to leave a, there we go. There we go, just cover it around. Make sure you don't forget to vent the tops of all your pies. It'll prevent it from exploding. Well, it's still going to rise up though, because you're cooking the egg. It's like cooking a big omelet, really, a ricotta omelet, and it's going to rise up and break through a little bit in spots, but it's okay. It's going to settle back down. What you don't want to have is it totally explode out, like if you don't vent it at all. So, but no, we're going to be good. Good. Nice amount of egg, and this one, I'm going to try and not get this. There we go. I just like folded it in on this one. I used all the scraps. So if I had a 6-inch, I don't know if I said that before, but if I had a 6-inch spring form, this would be perfect for a 6-inch spring form, the amount of stuff I had left. Okay. Now you're just going to cook this until like the egg sets. So you really just want to, you could do the toothpick method in the middle to test like if it's done. But temperature wise, if you get like 165 to 170, the egg is cooked and you're good. So now into a 350-degree oven. I'm going to give this at least half an hour before I even bother checking it. Put this one on the bottom rack, it's fine. Alright. Half an hour. I'm going to actually count up. I'm going to go half an hour for this one, and maybe I'll spin it. I'll be back when we check it. See ya. Half an hour has passed. Let's take a look. Nothing's happened. Okay, so I'm just going to give this a spin. I don't have color on it yet. The egg is sort of cooking out a little bit over there. Okay, this might take a while to cook the whole thing. Oh yeah. Just gonna spin it. Beautiful. Definitely at least another half an hour. Be back then. 30 minutes. Cool. See you in a bit. Okay, 1 hour. Oh, we're looking like pie. We're not brown enough yet. These probably need more time, but we'll test it. That lower one might be done though. Oh, yes. Oh, this is looking good. I'm surprised this hasn't exploded. But as you can see, it has risen up. It's fine. Oh, yes. It's going to be great. I'm going to do if you get at least 165 in there, that means the egg is set. this is gonna definitely be done. Let's see where we're at. Oh yeah, it's 200 degrees, that's done. Not as brown as I'd like it, but it's okay. Let's go in the middle somewhere. No, 132, 122, no. 119, okay, no, we're not done yet. That's done. Not gonna be colored bright, but that's okay. I'm gonna throw this back in the oven. This will continue to color up nicely. I'm gonna say 20 minutes. I'll check it. And this, as I said, this is done. It's not really gonna, I mean, it will brown more, but you're just gonna cook the shit out of it. So I'll leave it, let this. Yeah, it should be okay. This is probably gonna be 1,000,000 degrees. Yeah, no. Yeah, the pie crust really isn't cooked much on this, but not much I could do without like killing the inside. Maybe if I put it back in the oven when that other one's out, just to brown the top. But you know what? It's okay. I don't mind if the pie, as long as the inside's cooked. That's all anyone's gonna care about. This is just a scrap piece anyway. So we'll be back when those are done. Whatever it takes, rather than coming back in 20. When it's done, I'll let you know. Okay, so this has been 1 hour and 50 minutes in the oven. This is how long it's been taking. As you can see, it has risen and exploded a little bit, but once it settles, it'll be fine. We're getting about 150 degrees in the middle, 160, 68. Oh wow, this is way longer than it needed to be. But no, this is perfect. And this one's probably done too then, if this is that hot. 170 degrees, 168. Yeah, so these are done. Now, yeah, it took a lot longer than I thought it was, but that's okay. Got a nice color on the top. As I said, once it cools, it's gonna set. It'll settle down, and this won't look all ridiculous like. So yeah, there you go. Easter, Pizza Rustica Easter pie. So I can't cut this up at any time soon. So I guess maybe I'll take video of this getting cut open to see what the inside looks like. It's served cold usually, or you could warm it, but you have to let this completely cool in the fridge before you can do anything. So there it is, folks. See you in a bit then, a couple of days I guess, although for you it'll be a moment, and we'll cut it open and see what it looks like inside. Alright, so these are still cooling, but this has been in the fridge a while, so I'm just going to cut this open now. It's pretty cool. I just have to have a little piece. Those need to set till tomorrow, so that's not getting cut open, but those are looking mighty nice. Let's go. Alright, let's see what we got here. Oh yeah. Yeah, we're looking good. Got the bottom got a little done pretty nicely actually. A little light on the top, but we can live with that. Meat's inside. Cheese set up pretty nicely. Let's cut out a little wedge. Right. Small wedge. Just a tasting. It's pretty intense stuff. Can't really have too much of it, you get nauseous. Oh yeah, it's staying together nice. Let's see. Oh yeah. Oh, that is Easter and a half right there. It still needs to cool a little more. It's cold, but it needs to set a little more. But you can see the egg really binds it all together. It's like spongy inside. Still creamy too. Ricotta, the meat. Check out Z-Cook's Consortium. We have a lot of other Easter stuff out. And regular stuff as well. So good. Until next time, adios. Alright, do or die time for the Pizza Rustica. We're going to slice this baby open and see what happened inside. There we go. This is the 8-inch. Oh. And there you go, people. That's what you're looking for. That is true Italian Pizza Rustica with the real stuff. You can't really get any better than this. And when you're gonna, for this in a like in a market or a deli, you're gonna pay like, I don't know, probably $100 for something like this size. crazy. So, yeah, it's crazy, delicious. Enjoy. Click in the upper right corner or left. I'm not sure where they're going to put it. Z Cook Consortium. Check us out. Subscribe. Check out our Patreon. Support us. And we'll see you next time.